Yeah. On the move with Steve. We dey go, we dey push, oh yeah. Every morning we rise and grind.
Hello guys, welcome back to On the Move with Steve. Today I'm speaking directly to you, not as a presenter, but a fellow Ghanaian who sees the challenges Pragya riders face, especially when they are up against big cars. Pragya is small, nimble and built for a quick movement, but on roads dominated by big cars, that size becomes a disadvantage. Riders are forced to squeeze through tight spaces, risking damage or danger. It is like trying to survive in a game where the odds are stacked against you.
You're drivers.
Oh, okay.
And then the first idea me person me address it. Many people who say you're drivers. So which car can see you? Which car can 12? Which Pragya? You're drivers. Big cars, you know, some of them they treat us well. Baby, I saw training on our Pragya ni oba no be training hon. Na waba. The one our console be do echi boko no we do echi. E bi mu nso e ma kwan. Simply because they feel like omo kuta big cars. Iti omo ma kwan. Baby, I say Pragya ni ba kra no person opia Pragya ni no to got them. Any ade. And also the any. Iti ade en say even say they na drivers. So far as our government, you know, aje Pragya atum as a commercial vehicle ni the drivers into we have to know how to relate well with one another.
Normally, drivers with big cars treat Pragya riders as if they are invisible. They cut them off, honk aggressively, and then refuse to give way. It is not just bad driving, but lack of respect. It reflects a deeper issue, judging people from what they drive instead of who they are.
Some of them, they are very understanding. When it's their time to move, they will move for you to come. Others too, they are not that understanding. When they see a Pragya vehicle coming, what they do is that instead of, if the driver is going slowly, what we normally do, some of them, because we have the smaller vehicles, we try to just bypass them sometimes. But these people, what they do is that because they have the big cars, what they do is that when they see you want to bypass them, they try to sometimes push you inside gutter. Sometimes they want to crash your vehicle and all of that. But we don't encourage that. That, like I say, that doesn't show respect. You know, if you are going slowly and a Pragya driver wants to bypass you, at least you just have to adjust a bit so that the person will bypass. If you are moving on a steady pace, you move and then you will follow that manner. Okay. So that's what I got.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that the Pragya riders don't really use their indicators very well, because normally when you are driving on the streets and then you want to bypass a car, or maybe you want to do overtaking or kind of you indicate or you show something so that the driver who is behind you or maybe at your back will just see, say, oh, now this one the person of family one, so person make mine, so maybe let me just allow them to just go.
I will say that we use the indicators and all. You know, as a driver, your navigator, you know, your horn and all of that, you'll be using them. So the Pragya drivers, we use these indicators like you are saying. But as I said earlier on, some of the big truck drivers are not understanding. Sometimes you may even show that you are bypassing to this side, you are taking left, you are taking right. But because they simply don't understand why a smaller vehicle will just bypass them. They don't want to take that.
Wow.
So I will encourage the big truck drivers that they should cooperate with us. They should take it light and slowly with us on a simple pace so that we can all work on the road.
These machines are fragile. One hit from a big car can take a Pragya off the road, and for the rider, that's a day income gone. These aren't just a vehicle, they are a survival tools, and every breakdown is a setback. Normally you will see these big cars, drivers on a place where maybe there is a, instead of them, maybe using the other road that is not busy, mostly they use the place, I mean the roads in towns.
Yes.
That is where all these taxis and then Pragya, every truck driver, they all use it. So when it happened like that, I mean, do you guys enjoy it? I mean, causing traffic and all that.
This is an interesting question. This one, I'm so much interested in this question. You see, I simply don't understand why sometimes they do that. In fact, let me speak to you. Well, sometimes but the lanes near me, you know, cars I can say, you see that you people are supposed to use here, and I am smaller vehicles, so I see a fire. But who will say car can see no one more better be smaller vehicles near fan. And one yana quine. No dim or to me cause traffic. Traffic jam. Smaller vehicles need their You see, like we are saying, no problems, it doesn't only come from young Pragya drivers now. You see them driving now, you're driving recklessly. No, sometimes the big truck drivers now, someone put up big cars, sometimes they make mistakes. So like we are saying, one advice, I mean, so much media my penny for now, someone put up big truck cars and they say, at least who could a big car, your baby offer, and now who could a smaller car. Your baby I am so Pragya for no so then fast. So Nima no visa. Now ama movement na there. I a very nice one there.
Looking at what you are saying, I don't think do they have a road that the big cars pass and then what the other smaller vehicles also pass? I think we all using the same road, right?
Yes.
So I don't really get if you can just explain that.
We all using the same road. But you know when you come into let's take it the Koforidua vicinity, the roads inside the Koforidua town. Let's take it out Ufria Fidasi, Uko Yanfan say Uko Krum, Koforidua Krum. Yewo Udu baby to say B Foster on the side and now. You will quite a cast I can see any in our faso. On the left. It is who can see the asset or diso on the right, Oko Krum, or can be Foster Wako. It doesn't happen like that. But sometimes, it was a car case and I don't know so whether a mistake or say no, so I be right now. I cause a whole lot of traffic and all of that.
I think the problem is normally some of them who's no muko I'm say baby or muta maybe you have one thing for baby I walk but because cars can say with the Ukrainian someone I'm normally a very dangerous car. And maybe depending on a goose na okoyi. But me, I don't think we have BBHS, maybe small cars, road and a big cars and some road. I don't think that one it exists. Maybe depending on where the driver is going, one area will be useful. Yeah. But have you ever encountered some problem with big cars, maybe being hung on you or something? Have you really encountered some?
I've encountered one car, even one big truck, even crashed my bumper some time ago.
Wow.
I had to go and fix this fender. I have to go and fix this fender myself.
And then was it your fault or
it wasn't my fault? You know, I was parked somewhere and all what I had was a crash on the other side of my vehicle. When I got down and went back to check my car, I realized that my fender has been crashed.
Was it an authorized place that you can park maybe?
Yes, it was an authorized place. But what I am trying to say is that it all boils down to what I was saying before. This place that this car passed, I would say that the cars that were parked there were meant for small cars. A Agatha market walk.
Wow.
Agatha market. When I asked at that time, cars are not parking home in small cars. Ain't car bit is a trailer. Ebe for Agatha market.
Aye then.
You understand? Car bit is a anya car ma ebe far. That is what caused the crash of my fender. You see. So we are and sometimes also almost bad. Like you said, if you are no obey goose. We can't desist you from coming to, offload your goods and all of that. But more about montomobo. And someone nipa be break and say, Omo mukuta anya car no. Any big car drivers, sometimes omo breaking you. That is what a lot of people say. Omo breaking you. It's that one alone. How many people be through? It's or driving car no who say. Big car ba anya car ba tipe ba no ope baby a shama na besin and American so omo de ba no
Yeah, I know that.
I know them.
Wow.
And your best almost say, Omunyan to Boasie.
So what do you think will be the best way for, I mean, let me say the big truck owners that have been using the town rules, causing traffic and all that? What do you think might be the best way for them to just, I mean, to avoid all this kind of traffic, and then to also avoid, let me use this word, intimidating these smaller vehicles on the road and all that?
Like you have said already, no. You can't determine when exactly they will come on the road or where they are going. Sometimes they are going to offload some goods, and by all means, no, you see smaller roads in the water, you understand? To me, I can say, there be a smaller vehicles as a big tracker, making sure say Obertobo Americano and Farema Yantoboasie. Na udi Pragya chia dinati moko Pragya no kwa wo so benya kwan de akọ offload goods. And sometimes no no ne amde be kan say time a omo de ba no wow ebu a trailer o be fa koko uni mi say awia de it's a very busy time.
Wow.
A lot of smaller vehicles, a lot of other other vehicles on the road. Into one trailer is a be koko no ba Uber causes a lot of traffic on the road.
I think you can hammer that thing.
Uber causes traffic here on road. It's your best. Uber fakokua at least move to me a benumremu kakra. That is an advice. Uber to me a benumremu kakra. At least quite is why a bit free, no Uber fakoko. The tension on the road, can be minimized. You know what I mean? That's what I can say.
But you see, these things. One thing I'm attribute to all this kind of problem also today, like Yekwan, because normally you see we don't really have a road that is very spacious in a way. So recently, me krana me free baby and then you see me now baby kakra. So cars no omo free many move ba, and omo so omo free side is saying so bad, and a lot of traffic I can't say So there is no place and I can meet me there. I'm making a parking, but then I needed to park to do one or two things. And then before I realized a big truck, or let me say it's just this before bus. So he wanted to just pass or from his side, and then because there has been a double parking, was a car being coming back. So before I didn't even see the bus. It's before I realized no about me so say road. In fact, like the way of the driver just hung up. So I think the problem might be our roads too, like being not wide enough.
They're like I saying, most of the roads here are not spacious enough. They are not broad enough. I bet me accommodate both the smaller vehicles and I can see it, big trucks. One thing is key: patience. And like I'm saying, we a big truck now, even with inside the Kufodia township now, Kasan. Also, Dimrika, himself, why not so or Namson, other smaller vehicles, and so no Dimrika. Almost like what the incident that happened at Agata Market the other time that caused the truck to crash my fender. You know that the moment the car was coming, the market women started Pragya, frequently so Pragya. Because even the market women themselves know say money abotre. Some of them any abotre. Wow. Enti what the best room and kwanya.
Wow.
And kwanya.
But don't you think all these kind of issues and the problem that's being happened between the Pragya riders and the big cars, don't you think most of the Pragya riders too, they don't abide most of the rules on the road, and then because of that, big cars drivers need to now, let me just use so they don't even have mercy on you guys on the road. Don't you think most of the Pragya riders too are the cause of all these problems and all that?
I won't sit here and defend all the smaller vehicle drivers and as a Pragya drivers. Wow. Because you can say if you be a man's home, that is it. You understand? there are some of the big truck drivers and our big car drivers now. Almost no, they don't do their things well. That in the same vein, so no, there were Pragya drivers and so almost no, maybe in your money may. Baby to say baby a traffic castle. Traffic castle or no demarcation. One who not so demarcation now on a big truck he be crash here. Now we anything. And I say maybe I bought bang or back one amount or back. At least sometimes all the smaller vehicles and so on. And so I just tell Mukakra now or no big truck in the day. Everything. It's a foot 28 in the head.
Well, last word Ben I'll be to me, advice Ben I'll be to me, I can't. Ama, your friend is saying the Pragya riders, because you know, sir, for with the Pragya riders, no, they are Pragya is very small. You see that thing. So this, I mean, this education and as a way I can, it mostly goes to them. So that they will be careful on the road, and then when they see these big cars, while we are all using the road with them. So which kind of advice can you give to these guys? I mean, because most of the big cars is giving Pragya riders a lot of problems. I hope that we are aware of all
yeah. And so almost 40 different Pragya drivers are now.
Yes, mostly that is it, because you have the small cars, and then like I was just saying, the brain say Pragya riders, the brain they don't follow some rules and all that. Until when the issue happen. And show ni pakona and I say, yeah, he'll be at the baby one because of Pragya in an day. So I just want you to just advise your your riders, so that they can just be so careful and then be vigilant on this kind big car drivers and to avoid all the unnecessary problems and all that.
Like you have said, you know, the American my small vehicle drivers, and some of them are Pragya drivers. I never go and see when it's young, see the two things I can say. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and these are big tracks, you know. It, you know, yeah, any mrasso. That sharp overtaking being and then, it's a Pragya, also Pragyanis and so about a back free nechi. No, the full speed will be so, but any Pabia 5 and him. Maybe so a big track, it means words in a home. Over San and Hosano Crown, who at least let us try and comport ourselves. That sharp overtaking near the no. And a secondly, no, so no. So who's a traffic as well? No idea. Wegina, a soko qua, no wegina. I say so. I dear back one me person make and say, ye nipa. Sometimes no, ube to me, aqua show be a name, afa ubi. And I say, be out in Ricano, be show be a name, even big tracks no more. But Casade wo. So offending Nipana. Oh, senior, what am I patch or Bozu, what am I slow busy be man shada. Yang say, oh, Pragya drivers, that's a man for perception. This is Pragya drivers, they be more dear, they be a no ya, and baby no cassa by heart. Me patch or no be an but a be not my advice, and say, if you find yourself in a situation whereby you are a Pragya driver and you have offended another driver, politely you can apologize. Now, the year day, to ye and a like I said, send a government say Pragya for a commercial drivers. There's nothing anybody can do about it. So we need that harmony.
Yeah, that is good for you. Yeah. And then we will appreciate your time this evening, and then we thank you for your explanation to all this kind of issue, and then we hope maybe as time goes on, people will just learn from this, because what is happening on our roads concerning Pragya riders and the big truck owners, it's something that you can't even talk about it. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Pragya riders face constant pressure, not just from traffic, but from the system itself. Police stops, fines, and policies that don't always protect them. Meanwhile, bigger vehicles break rules and drive off untouched. It is unfair, and it is time we talk about it. So what is the way forward? It starts with respect, with understanding, with sharing the rules, like the way we share our communities. So whether you are in a V8 or in a Pragya, we all have a place to go, and then we all deserve to reach there safely. Thanks for watching On The Move with Steve. If this message speaks to you, share it. Let us start a conversation. Let us build a road culture that is not fast, but fair. Until next time, keep moving smart, keep moving safe. Peace.
On the move, Steve, they groove. On the move with Steve, oh yeah. Every step, every mile we day there. From the hustle to the smile we go share. On the move with Steve, oh yeah. From city lights to the village way.